Hello, friends, and welcome to my today's lecture on Eugene O'Neill's The Emperor Jones. Today I'll be talking about the aptness of the title, whether this title, The Emperor Jones, is suitable for this play or not. As a signboard indicates the things, the goods that are available in the shop, in the same way, a good title always indicates the contents that are there in the play or the piece of work. By the title Emperor Jones, we would easily come to know that this title has been aptly kept because Emperor Jones is a chief protagonist in this play. And it is a very right choice, according to us, because this whole play deals entirely with the life, with the career, and the tragic death of Jones. Now, in the play, Jones has been depicted as a criminal and an ex-convict also. As the play opens sometime in the afternoon of a crucial day in Jones' career, and this play ends with the tragic death of Emperor Jones at the dawn of the next day. So the whole play is completely made compact in just one day and a night. We see that throughout the play, the whole attention is focused on Jones. Initially, we find that there is a dialogue between Jones and Smithers, who is a white trader, which relate the past of Jones. Through that, we come to know that Jones is a Negro who worked as a Pullman carter in the States for a number of years, where he acquired the veneer of Western civilization, but he failed to control his animal instincts and impulses, which came to the surface or which came out outwardly at the least provocation of it. And because of this, he committed 2 murders. He was imprisoned for that. But he broke out from the prison and made his escape to an island somewhere in the West Indies. So, that way he was a criminal and an ex-convict. Earlier we find that this play, Eugene O'Neill had intended to name this play as A Silver Bullet. But on second thoughts, he dropped this idea and named it as The Emperor Jones. There is a legend of this silver bullet, why it was trying to be the silver bullet, why Neil wanted to name this as the silver bullet. Now, as has been depicted, Jones is a very shrewd, very calculating, and an entirely crooked person. Now, when he reaches the island, he could impress the very simple, ignorant native people who stayed there within the 2 years that Jones had been there, and he rose to be an emperor of the island. He took taxes from the people, heavy taxes, and also extorted money from them by every means that were possible for him. And he collected a lot of wealth for himself in a foreign bank. There was a tribal chief named Lem. Once he tried to kill Emperor Jones by shooting at him from a point blank range, but Jones was saved, and he spread the message that he had borne a charmed life and created a myth that he could be killed only by a silver bullet. Now, to make this myth more credible, more believable by everybody, he always carries a silver bullet in his revolver and intends to shoot himself with it if need be, according to the circumstances. And the natives, who were very superstitious, they believed actually what Jones said, that he bore a very charmed life. And when we read through the play, we also come to know that Jones has been very avaricious, or rather a greedy person, as we would put him as, because he actually didn't want to play the role of an emperor, but it was not the glamour of the kingship that he actually was he was craving for, rather, but he had that lust for money. He knows that the natives of that tribe would revolt against him very soon, so he had actually planned the whole incident very carefully. He thought he would escape through the great forest, which was very close by, and there, so he had hidden some food somewhere in the jungle, which was near to that place, under a white stone, and had carefully he had rather I should say he had familiarized himself with the routes that he thought he would take while going to that forest. And crossing the forest, he would reach the sea coast, where it would be quite safe from his revolting subjects. Then he would freely and comfortably live on the wealth that he had actually collected for himself. And the scene, when we see the initial scene, shows that he's very intelligent, he's crafty, self-confident, and a far-sighted person. And because of this, he has some hallucinations that we see that sometime in the afternoon on the day when the play opens, and the natives are revolting against him, we find that Jones runs away according to his plans. And now I'll be stopping here, and more about the aptness of the title I'll be talking about in my second part. Till then, goodbye and thank you.